tagging you all, hopefully, that you guys were in the live tweeting thing. Let me just check if tags went through.
Welcome to
Yeah!
the weakest link.
Yes. Hello, everyone. We are back after only a few days. As
I know.
it feels
Yeah,
crazy. Last week,
did it.
almost everyone, like, it wasn't looking good, to put it lightly. And right now, yeah, we're everything's safe and sound. Everyone's aboard.
was
Like,
fine.
yeah, everyone's aboard the nice, safe inside cruiser. Everyone had a nice long rest. Quick reminder, everyone. Yeah, I think this only applies to. Yeah, this applies to Chase too if he does show up. Oh yeah, that also he might not be of it coming in today. We'll see what develops with him. But for Aloe, yes, for Aloe, Shir'iven, and Raziel, you guys can change out one force power for another of the same or lower level just because of the long rest. But yeah, just be wary of that. But yeah.
What is the role? What is the role for that?
No, like, it's just gonna be a thing you can do. Like, don't worry about the rolling part of it.
Are you sure we're not gonna? Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't want to make it, like, too complicated. Just be like, oh, like, now you're going to battle with one less, like, actual useful power available. Like, it just makes more sense that you can just, like, maybe at the higher levels, I might implement that, but for now, it's just, like, y'all are still, like, in the single digits, so I'm gonna be, like, a bit more
Do our force
lenient.
points refresh?
Yes. Force points refresh, like, everything you get back on the long rest, comes with that. But, yes, we are in the 12th episode of this campaign, Revenge of the Crits. And yeah, well, I guess we can go around with introductions. I'm Kevin Couto, your always humble and returning DM for this lovely game of lovely people. And yeah, let's go around, starting off with Jinkles this time.
Oh my goodness. Hi, I'm Jinkles. I play Shir'iven or Twi'lek Mom, and if I die at all, I guess everyone's going to turn on Kev.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. You heard it here, folks. When I kill Shir'iven, like, just get the hashtag.
Whoa, when?
When?
Like, I mean, like, if we'll put an asterisk. Well, let's put an asterisk on the if. Like, if I kill Shir'iven,
If you kill me before I have a chance to kiss Obi-Wan Kenobi, then I'm going to be upset.
Whoa!
It's
that's not the Jedi way.
It's a chance to bond with Raziel, boy.
It's a little bit spicy, but yeah, like, when that does happen, yeah, just be sure to get, like, the hashtag cancel Kevin or cancel Revenge of the Crit going. We'll get it trending.
Just cancel him, like,
on it.
Yeah.
Of it.
Yes, awesome. Next we have Max.
I am Max, and I'm also hungry.
Mm-hmm. Yes, hi, hungry. I'm Max. Wait, that's not how
Your
that
name's
goes.
not Max.
Wait, why did I say that like that way? Anyway, Neoka.
I know you want to be me, but like that. Anyway, yeah, I play Ceecee or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, he plays Ceecee. I play Aloe. We all scream for ice cream. Moving on.
Yes.
Don't make me hungrier.
And last but not least, Tatianna.
Yo, Tatianna here. I play Raziel, former Sith apprentice. He's a bit moody. He's a bit angsty. Maybe some bonding will happen. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, fuck Deadeye, eh?
Wow.
Okay, I mean...
I'm just saying because he
right
hasn't
back, guys.
mentioned it all.
I mean...
Because he's been MIA. He's been recovering.
Like, yeah, he's... We'll say, like, he's on a different cruiser, because, like, I don't want to have to be like, let's go find where Deadeye is, and then Tati has to, like, roleplay talking or interacting with the other character herself. That's just a nightmare. But...
Raziel doesn't interact with him.
Yeah. But yeah, without further ado, if you guys could please mute yourselves, and we will play the recap and go into tonight's episode of Revenge of the Crit.
success. Another surefire victory for our heroes as they escape from combat with nary a scratch. The droid factory reduced to smithereens. Upon returning back to their base of operations, the tensions of war follow our heroes and further realized with notable losses. With the Foundation destroyed and many soldiers' lives lost, Jedi Master Rowe targets his frustration towards the party. And with Raziel now labeled as traitor and enemy of the Senate, the line between friend and foe is further blurred. After some stern words from both the Jedi Master and Shir'iven, our team finds themselves making headway towards Coruscant, where their actions shall further be discussed by the Jedi Council.
So that is, and you can all unmute yourselves, and that is where we return as everyone is slowly awakened from their separate rests, the clones in their own separate barracks, Ceecee like reuniting with his with the rest of his like troopers and having their own little catch-ups and discussing, like, yeah, for Ceecee you would be getting a lot of questions of like, so what was it like fighting a real Sith Lord? And just like you'd be like, basically, like, the clones would be, like, fanboying over you a lot, and just, like, asking you all sorts of these questions, like, depending on, like, how would you, like, reciprocate with that, out of curiosity?
What?
Yeah. Like, basically, the clones are, like, your clones, in particular, are, like, sort of just, like, very curious. They're, like, asking you all these questions about, yeah, like how it was like fighting Maul, or like what exactly happened in there, yeah, and all that shit. So like, do you just like tell them what happened, or you're more like quiet about it, or how do you do?
I tell him what happened.
Don't give it any flavor. Just be like very like by the nose.
I give it to him straight.
So like, so what happened in this, huh?
Oh no, I have to say it. Fuck.
It's a role-playing game, bruh. Just play your role.
It's true. Yep. My brain is off. Where's my roll 20? What?
Yeah, you weren't in here, you dingus.
What the fuck? I was in there before. The fuck?
It says you're in here. So.
Yeah, you're in here. You sure you're not on a different window?
Yeah, I'm sure. What the fuck happened?
Just reload the page, I guess.
No, I mean straight up, just my tab of it is gone. So yeah, I'm back in now, I think.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So wait. So he's asking me of what happened to Maul and shit.
Yeah. Like, what was it like in this, sir?
Well, he was a tough opponent, that's for sure.
Did you get any good hits on him?
A few, but none to really incapacitate him.
Well, he is pretty tough from what we've heard on the ground level. How were the Jedi in there? We didn't really fight. Our generals were used a bit sparingly in the ground assault, but we didn't really get to see much of their combat. But what was it like seeing them up close?
They're all right.
But yeah, and then we'll cut to the other side of the Venator ship, where we find Alo, Shir'iven, and Raziel quietly resting up. They've had, yeah, they're just recuperating after the very long trek, like over the. Oh, I put on the cantina song kicked in. Oh. I should probably remove that from chill. But anyway, but yeah, you guys are all waking up from your rest, and yeah, it's just your barracks are pretty much emptied out. It's just the three of you there. Raziel, what would you? Do you sleep with your lightsaber on you, or you just like would have taken it off along with your armor, like while you rest?
You know, I probably would have taken it off, but close to me.
Okay.
Like leaving it close by.
Alright. But yeah, it's early in the morning, at least, like I'd say, like for traveling in space, and there's no like sun or anything to reference time off of. But yeah, you guys have like some moment alone on the in the Venator, like to yourselves, if there's anything you want to say as you're all like slowly awakening, and yeah, mess is like gonna be served soon. You hear that on the announcer over the loudspeaker.
Feel like, what? We're on a starship. This is called a ventilator, right? Or a venerator, or a venti macchiato. Like, it's really interesting. I can't believe I'm on a starship. I've never been on a starship before.
I didn't know Italian was canon.
Correction, Aloe, you actually were on a Venator before for a certain mission that happened a while ago.
Oh, okay, cool.
This
is my second time on a venerator, a ventilator. Yeah, I love this.
Yeah, real quick, back to the comment that Max made for a second. Yeah, their ruler is Caesar.
Wow! Wow! That is brutal.
Julius or Augustus? Tell me.
Hey, the answers are either Julius, Augustus, or Little. Those are the only 3 Caesars that matter.
I got it. He made a pizza joke.
Yes.
Anyway.
All right. Anyway, you guys are waking up. Is there anything like you're saying to each other?
Ella is still very excited about her second time on a starship.
How far are we out from Coruscant?
You guys don't know yet, but yeah, you were told it is a long travel. Like the jet, like getting like from Camino to Geonosis was a lot quicker. But yeah, from like all those Jedi to make it from Coruscant to to Geonosis and the time that they did, they had to like really rush. So right now you're just trying to you're out of like enemy territory. You can feel that much, but it is gonna be a little while before you reach Republic space.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Raziel just kind of groans as he's getting up, hearing Aloe's excitement, and just kind of rubs the bridge of his nose. Can you keep it down and take things seriously?
Oh, sorry. Oh my god, we're on a ventilator ship. I can't believe it.
To be fair, it's better that it's this way instead of her freaking out about what's going to come.
Is something coming? Is something coming?
I'll say.
Yeah, we're going to be possibly eating soon.
No, I'm kidding. She wouldn't freak out that badly.
Yeah. But yeah, then you hear a little a casual knock and you turn to the open door, and then you see Obi-Wan sort of just leaning on the side and go hope I'm not interrupting anything.
You aren't. You just woke up.
So I guess this is as good a time as any to catch up on things, huh?
Seems so. How long's it been? 10 years.
Feels like ages, I tell you. Oh, but before we do initiate things, my Padawan has something to say, and then Anakin sort of follows in behind him, looking
I do think if Anakin walked in, Alla would immediately step in front of Raziel.
Okay.
Yeah, you would see Shir'iven tense up a little, but the moment she sees Aloe kind of take the reins, she kind of relaxes.
But yeah, Anakin his body language is very closed off, his arms are crossed over each other. He's just very just very frustrated, putchy, and just and Obi-Wan turns to me and goes now Anakin, do it like we've practiced. And then he's just going to walk over to Raziel.
Oh.
Yeah, he just sort of step by step.
Sherry keeps her eyes on him, just she has her hands just neatly sitting on her lap, just watching.
And then sort of looking away, but then just looking back and forward to you. Raziel is I'm sorry I was a bit rash in my judgment, and I'm sorry for attempting to attack you. And then Obi-Wan goes, and I'll never do it again.
Period.
Then Yeah, go ahead.
Raziel just like stares at Anakin as he's reluctantly trying to apologize,
Mm-hmm.
and you had every right to judge me as you did. It's fine.
Yeah, and then like,
Actually, it's not. But
but then Obi-Wan pipes up. Don't.
Actually,
I won't. You should know that rushing to judgments is sort of Anakin's specialty. And then Anakin's like, Master. But yeah,
Obi-Wan's gonna kill me.
but yeah, then yeah, he sort of just goes on. Obi-Wan goes like, now, like he just sort of like does a hand motion, then Anakin just like, and then like he offers his hand to you to shake.
Oh.
To Raziel?
Yeah. I mean, if Ala's still in between, then
No, she's next to him now. Like once
okay.
she realized this was an apology, she backed down quick.
Mhm.
Now,
Aloe takes Anakin's hand.
no.
I mean,
No.
it is sitting there. If anyone wants to take it.
I mean, if
Um,
Raziel wouldn't, but I bet he would.
Mm.
I think he
Raziel,
would.
it takes some moments staring at the hand for a few seconds before he slowly takes it and looks up at Anakin,
Mhm. And like
shaking
his
hand.
yeah, and his handshake, it's like, it's pretty like firm. Like he's not like doing it in the type to like I want to hurt you with the handshake, but it's like it's very solid, you know. And like you can feel like while he is like apologizing and he's trying to like take that seriously, like you just see like there is a bit of a fire in his eyes as he's like making eye contact with you, shaking hands. And then like Obi-Wan chimes in. Well, with that out of the way, hopefully we can make proceedings with the report on what exactly happened over at the Foundry without any hitches. Can we, Padawan? And then, like, not breaking eye contact, he goes, Yes, Master. Then he lets go and then walks back to Obi-Wan's side.
Sorry, Hitch is my middle name. I am kidding. That was out of character.
But yeah, Obi-Wan just also continues on. So, did you find anything useful while you were inside the Foundry?
they already know about the droids, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, I'm like trying to think.
we found friendship.
Yeah, we really didn't find anything, did we?
Really?
No.
Just a droid army. Like,
Yeah,
There
like
wasn't-
yeah, you really didn't.
There wasn't really any. There wasn't really anything of significance. Nothing but those
So we
new.
blew it up.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna.
No,
You're-
it's okay.
you're-
Honestly,
you're good.
Shir'iven would probably just like kind of shoot over her eyes to Aloe and be like, "Yeah, what she said."
And then he goes like,
So we blew it up.
Well, that is what you were assigned to do, and you did that quite marvelously. It's just a shame that it cost the lives of many clones, and this newfound army, it does seem quite remarkable that it's still standing even after all that punishment.
Why did they send clones into an area they knew we were gonna blow up?
Oh, we didn't. They didn't send the clones in there. We were just trying to keep the droid forces on the ground occupied while you were working on the invasion inside the actual Foundry.
Are the separatists really that strong?
And then, yeah, Obi-Wan will sort of, like, take a knee and just sort of, like, wrestle your hair a bit, like, nothing we can't overcome, little one.
Hmm.
But then,
They said that
oh, go ahead.
they were building. They said they've been building this up for some time, right?
It does seem that way. these aren't the same droids that I fought back on Naboo when the real spark of this war was actually fired.
Right. Yeah. I'm so sorry again.
It's all right. He's in a better place now. And one way or another, we're going to settle things. And
No, I'm kidding. I would.
and I am sorry. I never was able to keep touch with you, but you just left so abruptly that
I know. I know. And I've come to realize that I shouldn't have left so abruptly. I was fueled by everything, my emotions, and I wish I took different precautions before making my move.
Well, though we are Jedi, we cannot be prepared for everything. And then Obi-Wan just sort of like dismisses Anakin, and I see, like, as he's walking out, Raziel, he just sort of like locks eyes with you as he's like walks past the exit.
Why do I imagine the thing from Korra? Wait.
Raziel just stares as Anakin walks out.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and Obi-Wan goes on. What was the thing you said last year, Finn? Sorry.
No, she just said like how she wished that she would have taken different precautions. He said something about like the Jedi didn't expect, or like we're Jedi, we can't expect stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, I do hope that. I'm sorry, but I just can't shake this. Are you returning to the Order or not?
That would be a good way to keep in contact.
It just seems very odd. You, like a weird turning of the fates of you coming back just as this war is starting.
I will join if it means that I could be a part of ending this war.
Yes.
Nothing more than that.
Well,
Pretty neat, man.
hopefully you and I can see this to the end, but for now there are more important matters to discuss. And then he looks to Aloe and Raziel.
What about them?
Well, I'm sure you're aware that the girl is not, or is away from her actual master, and has been gone from from Coruscant without word for several weeks at this point.
What was that? Can you repeat that? I'm so sorry you cut out.
Oh, you're good. He's like, well, the girl has been out of contact with the Jedi Order for several weeks at this point, and her master has been quite worried about the state of her and how she's all been, and not. But I think the bigger point of contention with the Council will be the actual Zabrak boy. He does have ties to Maul and is strong with the dark side. I think it might not ease them knowing that an enemy is in their midst, former or otherwise.
I want you to take my word on this. I do trust Raziel. He wouldn't have done what he did with the Senator if he didn't mean it. There was trouble within him when we first saw him. I sensed it.
But yeah, Obi-Wan's just going to walk over to you, Raziel. and just sort of like, just get a sort of look at you a bit. Let me see if there's anything he can do. He's gonna cast telekinesis on you.
Oh, what's that gonna do?
We'll find out. I just saw it and I was like, yep, that sounds like something Obi-Wan would attempt. Let me just look up the force power real quick. You're probably gonna have to roll something unless you don't plan on resisting. Let me find it.
While he does that, like, Shir'iven, she does get up from her bed. She's been sitting on it this entire time. She just kind of like stands nearby, probably right next to Aloe, just in case. Like, she's just worried. That's it.
No, wait. Oh. I think I mistook telekinesis for mind reading. That's my dumb ass fault. Let me see.
Wait, Max left?
Yeah, he says his internet's out and he's almost out of data.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
I guess it's a roleplay episode today, boys.
Let's see. Feedback.
That's totally fine. I was hoping it'd be a roleplay episode. Roleplay, do it.
Let me see.
I've been like wanting more roleplay for a while, so that's good.
Yeah.
Me.
Let me see. Yeah, he's just gonna cast Sense Force on you. And
like, is it something I'm gonna be able to like feel? I'm assuming.
Yeah, you can't roll against Sense Force.
Yeah, he's just sort of just stretching his hand out to you, and is just like he'll put like a hand on your shoulder, and just sort of close his eyes.
And like when he puts his hand on my shoulder, Raziel just kind of flinches a bit before continuing to stare at Obi-Wan.
Yeah, and he's not sending any vibes to you or anything, like nothing that you can actually feel, but you can tell that he is just from like him like sending his force out to like sense yours. It's very, very strong in a feeling you're not used to this much light side energy like being like out into the open, because like Aloe and Shir'iven are more like charisma based, right? So like
Obi-Wan said vibe check.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he then opens his eyes and just sort of looks at you like with like a sense of pity almost, and he goes, "You have been through a lot, haven't you, little one? Such a young age. Reminds me of Anakin, sadly."
What did you see?
I was only sensing just your emotions and the force within you. I sense rage, revenge, just... Hopefully I can say something to the council and give you a chance at redeeming yourself in their eyes, but I can't promise anything. Yeah.
Raziel's just kind of shaken up a bit from feeling that overwhelming light side force energy, if you will.
Yeah.
And just kind of like all he can muster is just saying like, sure, shaken up, still looking at Obi-Wan.
Okay. And then he turns back to Shir'iven and Aloe and goes, he turns to Aloe and goes, "And we did further research into your vision, young Aloe, and we found there wasn't anything more that you could gather about what you saw. about the person in that vision?
No, but I have a hunch they weren't human. But that's all.
Yeah, and he just sort of like strokes his chin as Obi-Wan is known for, and he goes,
Does he stroke his chin?
He
Yeah,
does. He strokes
yeah.
his beard. He
strokes his beard. They're connected on the same plane of existence. It's fine.
I mean, sure, I'll take that. Thank you.
Yeah, but then he goes like, "You are familiar with the Jedi Silas Tournier, yes?"
Blink. We were in the same class together, yeah.
You haven't been in contact since those years, I assume?
No, I reported him to the council once, though. Why?
What did you report him for?
I he didn't do anything bad or anything. I just reported that, he was in my first vision when I was 13.
Well,
So I've had lots of visions, and I was just thinking, maybe, they might be connected, they might not be. I don't know, the Force is weird.
I don't take any pleasure in saying this, but unfortunately word has returned that Silas's master was found dead.
What?
They were off on some type of diplomatic mission, and things went awry with the available Republic troops, and Silas has been reporting missing for the last several months.
Oh.
We know there was the Separatists that did it, but we weren't able to pinpoint exactly where they could have taken him. Still so young. It's tragic.
He's fine. I'm sure he's fine. He's just probably hiding. We'll find him. I'll find him. It'll be fine. It'll be okay.
Well, if the second vision could be of him, I've done discussions with General Krell, and there is a good chance that he is on the Couto system.
Well, then, should we go there? Will that help the war?
He just sort of chuckles to himself, but walks back paces, and he goes like, "It's not as easy as just simply going there. Well, we do have some files on Couto, according to the troopers that were deployed there even before Geonosis. We've discovered that it is quite the Separatist stronghold. A fortress, if you will. And
So it would help the war, right?
it would just be quite difficult to, for one, get inside and even confirm that he is alive and well. The Separatists could have toyed with his mind, tortured him for information. Would you want to take that chance? And
Of course.
She'd interrupt him. Just
Of course.
Aloe,
Wouldn't
looks back over.
wouldn't you guys for other Jedi?
we would, but if we were to take a mission that dangerous, we would have to start planning now.
Okay, then let's do that.
If I may, I've been to Couto before. If we go there, I could probably... I know my way around there a bit. I could probably help guide you.
We just would need to secure a safe route onto the planet's surface.
But Obi-Wan pipes in, "You're not seriously playing along with this, are you?"
I made a promise to Aloe. She's wanted to do something good before even coming back to Coruscant. If we have the right people with us, I'm sure we'd be fine. She's made it this far.
I will have you know. Oh,
She's strong for her age.
I will have you know that, for one, not being an official member back into the Jedi Order, for one thing, that won't get you approval from the Council, let alone that she's been away from her master for months, and
But you'll get us approval, right?
there's only so much I can do, little one, before the
You
Jedi...
wouldn't have brought it up if you weren't planning on it, right?
Smile.
Shir'iven does put her hand on Aloe's shoulder. It might take just a bit of time before we can secure that route.
Then we'll take that time planning.
Exactly.
Well, I will say this for sure, that the Jedi won't exactly feel comfortable with... I'm sorry, what was your name again? He turns to you, Raziel.
Raziel. I
With-
look at Obi-Wan.
With Raziel still being in, for one, his current garb, a bit too separatist to their liking, probably, and with his training as it is, you might be a bit too aggressive for the Jedi's taste, but it will be discussed once we reach Coruscant. I can't guarantee that we'll be secured support troopers for this mission, but I could at least try to give you some type of security, or... But yeah, he just sort of lets out like a struggling sigh. Like you can tell, like he is like very much frustrated and like very conflicting emotions from coming off of him.
Can I read those emotions?
Yeah, like it's just like he's very much like it's a mix of like he's happy you're back, but it's
It's like I'd be sending myself to my death, basically.
kind of like he's just like it's more or less like, oh, like, but you just got here kind of thing. Like, you can read down the surface level pretty easily.
Obi-Wan,
Yes.
if I've made it this far, I'm sure that I can do fine.
He sort of like just like offers a handshake to you.
She immediately takes it.
Well, hopefully once we reach the temple and discuss with the little one's master, if she does offer permission to her leaving, then you can get something going. And as for Raziel, I believe the council will decide of your fate once we reach the surface. And yeah, we'll say as like in the midst of this conversation, you guys come out of hyperspace. You feel it in like from like the window behind you, like what once was the what was just like the exterior of like the hyperspace where it's just like the blue and blacks and whites just flying by. You see the outer you see Coruscant, like it's distinct like red and black colors of the city lights all the way from up here in like the very foggy atmosphere. Yeah, and Obi-Wan just goes to the window and goes like, it would be nice to get away from some action for a change.
They're called U-boards.
God damn it. I mean, who knows?
It's okay.
It's okay, we got what you meant.
Yeah.
Just playing.
I don't know ship parts. I'm sorry. But yeah, he'll turn back to you and go, I guess I'll see you at the temple then.
Yes, but Obi-Wan, can I ask you something?
Of course.
Is Dudek okay? Has she been okay?
yeah, he just sort of like looks down, like left to right, like not sure what to say.
Obi-Wan, what happened?
I don't think I'm at liberty to tell what has happened with your Padawan as you. I know we're friends, Shir'iven, but I don't know if I can divulge that information.
Can I read those emotions right now?
Yeah, go make an insight check.
Fuck. Okay. Where the fuck is insight? Come on. What is it? 15.
Yeah, he's trying really hard, like, to, like, play by the rules. Like, you guys know from the time that you've spent together that, like, you're not, like, you're not best friends, but, like, you're, like, you know, you're fucking close. Like, you feel like that he should be able to, like, let this into you, but, like, divulge the information, but, I don't know, he's just, like, he just feels very more, he's trying his best not to be vulnerable at the moment, and, like, yeah, he's still trying to play by the book. You can read that much.
Just know, when I was brought to this team, I did have a vision of someone dark pulling her from me. That's all I remember. That's the last thing I saw of her. I know nothing. In the 10 years that I've been gone, I've known nothing about what's happened to her.
Go get food.
Go get food. I was like,
okay, so like Aloe is just like in the background, like you just see her like slow, like anime, like slide through. They're like,
I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah. I'm assuming Raziel's still in the room. Just watching.
Yeah, he's still in the room, just watching all this. He hasn't moved.
Imagine
I mean, he's
just
standing
Aloe
up, but
grabbing his wrist and be like,
Mhm.
"You two, come on, let's give them room."
Yeah. But yeah, Obi-Wan just.
These two desperately need a room. Let's give them one. Come on, give them.
But yeah, I'll say. Make a persuasion check, Shir'iven. 11.
It's okay.
Yeah, he's just like. Well, I can give you some time with her once they reach the ground, but I can't guarantee it'll be for long.
As long as she is willing to speak to me again, that's all that I want. I don't want to force it on her if she doesn't want to see me.
I will do what I can. Now, let's hurry up. It's time for it's time for your grand reunion. And he walks out of the room.
Right.
And yeah, we're just gonna fast forward. To all of you guys, like you guys make your way off of the Venator class ship, like you're stepping into like the big like hangar within Coruscant, and you're seeing like all the troopers and walkers like both damaged and not like stepping outside. Like you're seeing some troopers like out on stretchers, some are still like are wearing crutches, others have mechanized legs. And I'll say, which one of you has the higher passive perception?
I think it might be Aloe.
Let's see.
Yeah, just read y'all's passives off
12.
real quick.
13.
15.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Aloe.
Yeah, I'll say Aloe. I'll say you notice out of like in the midst of all this, like the very striking, you see CT-17, the guy that you had met earlier on Geonosis, and he appears to be up and walking about again. CT-17, the one like in blue. Basically like the. No, 17, like he Alpha, but he doesn't have the name Alpha yet. But yeah, he's just sort of like, you see him like up and about, like giving orders to like troops, like sort of like bringing out supplies, and you notice that he appears to have a new mechanized arm, it looks like. He lost that in the engagement.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Aloe cannot tell clones apart.
I mean, but
I'm sorry.
I mean, like, but you. At least the past, you know, like, oh, that's the blue one. Oh, I think that's the one that we met earlier.
Aloe, you know how many blue ones there are?
I mean, like, you know, like, you at least know, okay, out of all the time I had seen, like, the clones in that station, he was the only one that was blue.
That specific blue.
Yeah. And
Sure. She'd poke Shir'iven and be like, "Oh, look, it's the blue one. That's the older brother, right?"
I believe so.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll say...
Shir'iven looks
Go
a
ahead.
bit Shir'iven looks a bit distraught when she sees the arm.
But yeah. And, like, I'll say, like, 17 notices you, but then, like, he keeps, like, waving off, like, goes right back to his business of, like, come on, man, let's go! And then, like, he's just, like, getting all of the... Basically, like, routing out all his troops, and we'll say, in, like, that moment, Ceecee and RC sort of come up behind you guys, and then Obi-Wan, like, will chime in, well, now that all of you are here, I believe it's time we take a trip to the Jedi Temple and discuss all the matters that occurred.
Right.
And yeah, he will, like, load up, yeah, like, it's Ceecee and RC along with two other plain-looking clones in all you guys.
It's not the same ones as a Bruiser and a Sora.
No. Nah, these are, like, more standard ones.
Got it.
Yeah, like, just, like, regular troopers with, like, their own little blaster rifles. They will, like, load you guys all up into the speeder, and yeah, you guys are making your way to Coruscant. I'll say, like, yeah, Aloe and Shir'iven are more familiar with how it is here. Like, it's very busy. Like, even, like, this early in the Coruscant time, it's, like, still bustling with traffic, and, like, all the lanes are going off, and you're seeing, like, all this various advertisements, and, like, you're seeing, like, pictures of political figures. You're seeing the Chancellor. You're seeing, like, all these different senators from different systems, and yeah, Raziel, it's your first time on Coruscant, and it's very eye-opening. Like, you were sort of led to believe that all these guys were just savages, conniving, and, like, this doesn't confirm any of that, but it's just very, like, interesting to see, like, such a more lively city compared to all the ones you've been on in the Separatist system that feel very much more, like, they feel kind of peaceful, but it's, I don't know, there was, like, you always knew in the back of your mind there were, like, droids there, but, like, here, like, yeah, there's just something different about Coruscant compared to everywhere else you've been.
Okay. Yeah, Raziel's just looking around, sort of surprised and just taking the sights in.
Is there an does it kind of look the same since, like, how long it's been? Because 10 years.
Oh yeah, 10 years, like, the technologies haven't changed much. Like, I'll say, like, you do notice, like, when you're seeing, like, pictures of the Chancellor, that, like, he definitely has aged since, like, he first took office back 10 years ago. Yeah, that's, like, the one big thing you're noticing, and, like, you're seeing more of him. Like, before, like, you didn't even, like, really know who the Chancellor was, and, but yeah, now, like, you're seeing him, like, sort of, like, giving all these speeches of just, like, saying, like, and I have created a grand army of the Republic, and together we shall triumph over the Separatist forces and unite the galaxy under one Republic banner. And just, like, you're seeing, like, all, like, re-elect him and, like, all sorts of, like, that propaganda bullshit. And
Shiri's gonna kind of, like, lean forward to Obi-Wan and just be like, he's come out of the shadows, hasn't he?
It seems that way. You know as well as I do that politics can be quite messy, especially in conflict with the Jedi practices, and it's already difficult enough to deal with the fact that we are now soldiers in this clone war.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And I'll say, yeah, Anakin is also within the speeder with you as you're riding off. I don't know if you guys like would have a certain seating order, but like, I'll say like there is like a driver and there's like sort of like 3 rows of seats, like of 3 each. If you guys want to
I
like,
think Aloe would probably be in the back with her legs curled up. She's probably being a lot quieter than she usually is, despite all of the excitement. But she's probably out looking out the window and stuff.
okay,
Shiri is sitting with Raziel.
all right,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah,
I'll,
he'd be sitting close to her.
mm-hmm.
Sort of like, I guess, eyeing Anakin every so often, but turning away, because awkward.
Yeah, and I'll say Anakin for the most part is like, just like saying like keeping his eyes focused on like up ahead and also like just occasionally looking up down below. And Obi-Wan like we'll say that he's in the front seat and you guys are like in Raziel and Shir'iven are like in the middle, and every so often like he sort of like leans back and just like is like talking to you in that way. Like there's no like spaces in between.
Right.
Yeah. But and he goes on, well, I mean, if you do intend on coming back into the Order, just I'd say be prepared to deal with the Chancellor a bit more than even the Council would like. It appears that he's trying to force himself into matters that he shouldn't be in, but I guess that's his style of governing, it seems.
Wonder how everyone's taking it on the council.
Not very well, I imagine. But yeah, and you guys will reach the you guys reach like the grounds of the temple, and it's still like as big as you to remember it. And yeah, Raziel, you've only like seen pictures of this place and didn't imagine that it was like it took up like this much space. Like even like the temples that you've went into for like Sith training in like all your time, like they weren't like they would pale in comparison to like this. This feels like just like a mega church of the Force, pretty much, and just like it's radiating with like light side energies and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's like she's just taking it all in. He just kind of mutters to himself. Never would have imagined it'd be this.
Can I hear him say that?
Yeah, you're sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
It's a bit overwhelming first time, huh?
That's one way to say it. Yeah.
She places a reassuring hand on his shoulder. Just gives a slight squeeze.
Hmm.
It'll be fine. I swear that to you.
How do you know?
Because I'll end up doing something if harm comes to you.
Yeah. And
He just.
oh, go ahead.
He looks a bit taken aback, and glances down, but still speaks to her. Why do you trust me? You barely even know me.
I can sense it in you. Just almost reminds me of myself when I was your age.
I look back at her. I can assure you, you only sense darkness.
I sense trouble. Inner struggle. When we locked eyes the first time we met, that's all I sensed from you.
I was conflicted on if I was even on the right side.
You didn't choose to be Maul's apprentice, did you?
No. I was brought in. after someone made me Miles' apprentice. For so long, rage was all I knew. Still a part of me, in a way.
Trying to think of what to say. Oh, hold on, my mom.
Are you good?
Monitor, like went off. I'm like,
Hey.
Something else happened before all of this did it. You do not have to tell me what that was before you were brought to Maul. But did something happen that put you in his path?
Raziel, kind of... He, like, his fists are on the seat, but he clenches them a bit tighter, and
As
they
I
kind of
said,
start to shake, and he just... He grimaces and says, "It's hard to talk about."
I won't push you.
Yeah, and I'll say in that moment, the speeder sort of like stops down in front of the steps of the Jedi Temple, and yeah, you guys are sort of walked off into like sort of like the courtyard of it, getting up the steps, and as you're getting up the steps, Aloe, you see from
Oh boy!
you see
boy!
you see from like up the ways, yeah, just like a very familiar figure.
Cool. I
Yeah.
stand behind Shir'iven. They can't
Yeah.
see me.
Yeah, just you see a woman, it looks like, just very, I'll say like she's around Shir'iven's height, very, like she's humanoid in appearance, like,
She's cool.
yeah, she's like, has like very like tan kind of skin, like, yeah, and yeah, like, but like she appears to have like some type of bandage around her eyes, and like she has this like silvery locks, and she appears like to have like some type of master's robe, and like you can see Shir'iven, her saber is like very elegant, as she's just sort of like walking with purpose. And then she like sort of just, yeah, not even like missing a beat, she like as you go to hide behind Shir'iven, Aloe, like you see her head like just follow you.
Shit.
Don't think you can hide away from me, young lady.
Aloe bow her head.
Sorry, Master.
She rushes to you, and she's gonna give you a big old hug.
She hung back.
And like she's just like, you can like tell like she's sobbing a little bit, and she goes, "Don't you ever scare me like that again, little one."
I'm sorry, Master. I didn't mean. I thought I could do good, and I didn't do good. I did bad. I didn't want to.
It's okay. It's okay, little one. Next time I'll be going with you on these diplomatic missions.
Shir'iven kind of like, you know... There's a thought running through her head, like... Like, she wants to say something, but like, she's not gonna fucking say anything. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, why did you think sending her alone was a good idea in the first place?
Exactly.
Mama
Exactly.
Shir'iven coming out.
But yeah. Also, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that as this is going on at the reunion, Raziel just looks on a bit like a bit confused, but his expression softens a bit, and he looks a bit sympathetic, and kind of glances down, unsure of what to do or feel.
But yeah, and like sort of in this embrace, Obi-Wan pipes up. Ah, Master Kiris, I didn't expect you to rush out in the news of us returning so soon. And then, like, she sort of gets up from hugging Aloe and goes, well, when I heard my apprentice was returning, I had to know for sure that she was all right. And she looks to you, Shir'iven, and goes, thank you for protecting her. I know it was I should have known better than sending her out alone. I'm Master Kiris, by the way. She sort of, like, bows to you.
She's a fighter, your Padawan. I can tell you that much. It takes her a moment, but she does bow her head slightly. Shir'iven, lovely to meet you.
I unfortunately didn't know you much over your time during the Order. I only heard your exploits after you had left, but from what I had heard beforehand, you were quite the impressive Jedi, I had heard. And I believe that even Master Qui-Gon would be quite pleased with how far you have come along.
Shir'iven, she kind of like, her gaze like shifts downward. Thank you.
And yeah, sort of like not even like turning her head to look at you, Raziel. She goes, "And who is this new person I sense?"
Raziel takes a couple steps forward and my name's Raziel.
Yeah, and then like as you say that, like she turns to you and like sort of like bends down and like puts her hand on your face and goes, oh, I'm assuming you've done a good hand in protecting my little Aloe as well.
Yes, I have.
Sure. Let's go with that. Yeah, that sounds nice.
She can be quite a handful. I am aware of this after training her for so many years, but I'm at least glad that all of you were able to ensure her safe return. But I know I shouldn't keep you. You're going with your first meeting into the council, young Aloe. No. So
Yes, Aloe's just stuttering and looking at her feet.
remember what I taught you? What do we do when we're inside the council room? And unless spoken, like she's just sort of like waiting for you to like finish like the rules that you listed on.
Yeah.
Don't speak unless spoken to.
Mm-hmm. And
Practice patience.
good. Now, I will leave you to it. Hopefully we can discuss further what has occurred, and we can look forward to catching up.
But, Master, I killed them.
What?
What?
Hold it. Keep going.
I killed them all! I slaughtered them like animals!
And the children too!
I hate them! I'm sorry.
I knew it was fucking coming. I was like, yep, I gotta let it hit. Just let it hit like an oncoming train. It's fine.
Just embrace the train, Kevin.
God.
Yeah, go.
The envoy that I was sent on the mission with, I got them all killed.
Just see her sigh and put her head down a little bit. Then she like puts like her forehead on yours, being like, "Hello, all I know, as much as I am sad about the loss of those lives, I'm just more happy that you are back and safe in my arms.
But how can you keep me if you've known I did that?
I can't just throw... I know the Jedi aren't meant to have attachments, but it is strange that we are given Padawans at such a young age and almost taught to raise them in a way. But
You're not gonna throw me away like Master Rowe?
of course not, little one. We'll discuss further after you have your meeting with the council.
She'd nod and just hug.
And then Obi-Wan pipes up, "We better get moving. The high-ranking members are already waiting for us."
I'm kidding.
Oh my god,
Oh, dude, that scared me.
Jesus Christ. It's not a race. God damn it. Yeah,
Joking. I was joking.
yeah. And I'll say, like,
I-
RC and Ceecee just sort of look at each other and just sort of, like, unsure of what to do.
Well, I just imagine, no, you know that gif of like the green and red Power Ranger just like turning to each other and shrugging? That's them.
Yeah, yep. I mean, green and yellow in this case, but yeah. But yeah, the Obi-Wan pipe up and go, "Well, you can tag along for security as well, and plus you're a commander and you're a recon commander. I'm sure that it's fine for you to be alright on the temple grounds, and your information as well will be worth noting for the members on the council as well." And then they just sort of like nod, and then they'll proceed with you. You guys go further into the temple.
Yeah, I will say though, just as that scene is wrapping up, like once, what's her, Master Kiris?
Kiris.
Yeah.
Kiris, okay. Like after she touches Raziel and then focuses her attention on Aloe, Raziel just kind of touches the spot where she touched his face and just kind of looks at his hand before looking back at them, watching the rest of the scene play out.
Is this what they call affection?
Oh boy. But yeah, you guys are making your way through the temple. Aloe, Shir'iven, you're seeing old and new friends and like a lot of younglings. So many younglings. Oh, you know.
stop it.
Yeah.
All younglings that Aloe knows by name. She'd be like, "Hey, Mark, what's going on?"
Mark the youngling.
Mark.
Oh hey,
Keep it up, George.
oh hey, Johnny, what's up?
You're doing great, Carrie.
Oh my god. Yeah, you're lot of familiar faces. I'll say the masters that you are going through the hall, like not people you know in the council, Shir'iven, but just like general masters that like through the order that they're sort of like as like you're passing by. It's a lot of double takes looking at you in particular, and like seeing you along with Raziel more than anything. Yeah, just like a lot of like, at least for you, it's just being like you like hear like hushed tones of like, "I thought she left the order. Like, what's she doing back here?" Like shit like that.
As Shir'iven's hearing this, she is like, her arms are folded over her chest and she's kind of like gripping at her arms.
Mm-hmm.
She's very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Raziel, much of like you're still in your separatist garb, so you're just gonna get like, you just sort of get like very judgy eyes looking at you, and like you can just tell, just being like a lot of people are piecing together like, what the fuck is he doing here? Like you don't hear that exactly, but it's just like,
Why the Criff?
But yeah, just very like just judgmental, just like sort of like they're only like gleaming what they can get off the surface. But yeah, and
as also, a lot of the eyes are staring on me and like whispering and sending judging looks. Raziel, it's a bit awkward and he's a little uncomfortable, but he tries to keep a straight face on and keeps walking next to Shir'iven.
Yeah. And as you guys are going through, you reach the tail end of the like right to like the steps of the council's rooms, and you see Yeah, it's just one door, and you see also two. For Aloe and Shir'iven, you're more familiar with these. Like, also it's like Shir'iven. No, Ventress wore this garb as well of Jedi Temple guards with their like double-edged sabers on their hilts, on their sides, like standing side to side of the door. Yes.
If Count Dooku's on the good side, is he on the council?
You don't know until you go in.
Let's go in. I want to see Grandpa Dooku.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay, before they even step in, Shir'iven just like she's kind of like taking the door in, just what's on the other side, like she's not fully ready, but she just takes a deep breath. Okay. Just kind of like clears her mind as best she can, because she knows that she's going to be in for something.
Yeah.
And Raziel, as we're stopped in front of the door, he grimaces a bit, takes a deep breath, and just his mind tries to go back to at least something I like positive, I guess, to latch onto, and then kind of opens his eyes to focus on what could happen.
Yeah. So.
In contrast, Aloe is completely pumped. Like, let's fucking do this.
Alright, so.
Fucking go!
So we'll say, like, first, Shir'iven and Aloe go through, no hitch, and as, like, Ceecee, RC, and, Raziel are walking behind, the guards sort of, like, step in front of the door. They don't turn on their sabers, but they just sort of, like, step in your way as you three are about to enter.
Shir'iven looks back, and she does stop moving. She does want Raziel to be there. Like, no, she's not. Like, they're with us, please.
And then, like, the guards will turn to you and be like, "We can let the clones in, but not the boy. Not just yet."
We can do it. Come on.
Shir'iven really doesn't want to move.
Well, Aloe would keep going.
Raziel looks to Shir'iven. It's fine. I'll wait outside.
Right. So, the four of you step in, Shir'iven, Aloe, Ceecee, and RC, and Raziel, you're waiting outside. I'll say, like, you're just noting all of, like, the architecture here as well, like the giant, like, Jedi statues, like, holding up, acting like pillars. Like, this feels just like, and, like, you're seeing, like, light shine through as it's still early morning here on Coruscant, and just, like, it's very, like, you've never really had a moment to just sort of, like, breathe, if you know what I mean. Like, everything, like, even in the times of trading, it's always just been, like, combat focused or, like, just, like, very strenuous stuff, and now it's just, like, okay, this place is, like, pure zen. Just, like, this, which is very, like, it's an odd adjustment.
See, you say that it's zen, but Shir'iven's heart is, like, pumping against her chest.
Like, as he's taking in the sights, Raziel just kind of, like, I guess he's like...
He's still taking the sights outside the door.
Yeah, he's taking the sights outside the door. Like, he walks a little bit, but, like, doesn't wander too far off, just, within the door's vicinity, and, kind of just touches a wall, looks around. He feels really restless, like, he isn't really sure what to do.
Yeah.
Like, this is all, again, seeing all this is very new to him, and he doesn't know really how to process it all.
And we'll say, like, you're going about that, and then we'll go back to the party. As you guys are entering the council room, like, the first person you see, very familiar to Aloe and Shir'iven, first time for Ceecee and RC, but you see a small green little familiar man, just like sort of like just sitting like eyes closed, like in like his like usual chair, and right by his side is the Mace Windu, just still looking as like as smooth as he always does, just like very cool. Like I don't know how else to put him, like without it sounding weird. But yeah, just sort of like fingers interlocked with each other, like in his like usual thinking stance. You see some other weird aliens there. Like I think there's like a Kaminoan. One of them is on the council at this time. Yeah, there's also this thing called a Thissippian. It's basically like this giant snake-looking thing, and like its body is wrapped around one of the chairs. You see, what? Sorry?
There's a Togruta.
Yeah, fucking.
What's her name? God damn it.
Shakti?
Shakti, yes. Yeah. Shakti, yeah, like the bigger names on the council, you remember. You and Aloe and Shir'iven, you guys remember these names, like, Shakti, Alea Sakura, Mace Windu, Yoda, Obi-Wan, and like other like niche names, like those are like other masters you haven't seen on the council before. Ponkrell is also there, and yeah, and also Kiadi Mundi, yes, he is there too.
Mundi, that was his name.
Yeah, yeah. Also Yoda's little like relative that we assume. And yeah, also Dooku is there too.
Yes! Grandpa Dooku!
Yeah, then just sort of like all like sort of eyes are on the four of you as you enter in this space. I'll say the clones like sort of like laid back by the door, and like they'll give their little bows, and like Yoda like sort of like close his head, like close his eyes and nod his head at the clones as they do their curtsies. And then
nod his eyes and close his head.
But yeah, and then like he looks to the two of you. Familiar faces. Good to see you, it is. Far too long it has been.
Aloe would just bow, but she'd keep her mouth shut because that's what her master taught her.
Shir'iven would also bow her head.
Right. And Obi-Wan sort of pipes up, these, well, Council, these four, including the boy, are responsible for at least the destruction of that foundry on Geonosis. While we did not win that engagement, I believe that the boy will provide much insight into the workings of the Separatist forces, and eventually can lead us to who's really behind the Separatist operation, the master of Maul that we heard all those years ago. And then sort of Mace Windu like just sort of like looks to you. And what about the woman, Shir'iven? She has been outside of the Order for so many years. Can she still be trusted? And Obi-Wan goes, I would trust my life to her. But yeah, and like they're just sort of like all like just sitting around looking at you, just sort of like waiting for responses, or like they're like some of them are just chatting amongst themselves, like just like sort of like pointing out obvious things, I guess. But yeah,
she does look to Obi-Wan when he says that, and she does mouth a thank you to him.
He like gives a little nod, and the cheeky smile he gives.
Okay, Shir'iven looks to Windu, and she inhales for just a brief moment. Master Windu, I understand that you have a right to think the way that you do. I left so abruptly, and after how long it's been, I do regret some of my actions. I wish I could have gone about it better, yet I didn't feel ready to return.
Just sort of like, still like making eye contact with you, and like his fingers are interlocked. He goes, I understand that. Elijah was a good friend. I was quite close with him growing up in the temple, but we must remember at the end of the day, we are Jedi. As much as the pain of loss strikes us, we have to remember that it's important to let things go. Otherwise, we lose our way.
Yes.
And Yoda pipes up as well.
Young Elijah was at the time of his death. Too young to be one with the Force. A shame to see him go.
Shir'iven's her hands do tighten a bit more on her arm. Just she's trying to hold back her emotions. Yes, he was taken from us far too soon. I let my actions get the best of me, and I've probably ruined relationships because of it. I'm probably seen as not a traitor, but just someone that can't be trusted right now. My Padawan probably doesn't even want to speak to me. That is, if she's still here.
Your Padawan is still on the temple here. She was just assigned to a different Jedi in your absence. And now, the issue is more of trust and ensuring that we can bring you back into the Order, and knowing that the events that happened all those years ago will not repeat themselves. Yeah, just Yoda sort of looking to make just nods his head, and all the other council members agree with that. And yeah, Yoda continues, goes on.
Your trust again? Earned, it must be. With time, you can be brought back to the moral of a master.
I will do what I can to earn that trust then.
And then they sort of turns his attention to Aloe. Next order of business. The visions that young Aloe has had. There is a chance that your friend Silas is connected to them, yes?
That's what I reported. That's what I reported to the council 9 years ago. But I had another 2 visions that I still wanted to report myself. One, there was a dark presence. Another, snow and chains.
And then Crow pipes up. We believe that he could be held in the Couto system. One of the more infamous separatist strongholds. If there is a chance he is alive, it might not be much. But with his master gone, I don't know what could be here for him should we bring him back in the shape he could be in. Yeah, and all the councils are just members are just discussing amongst themselves again.
Then we'll trust in the Force.
And then, but Yoda goes on.
Much worry for you. Your master was young Aloe. sending you out, should we, on another mission? Your life too dangerous to be left in enemy hands.
Aloe would immediately sag. Just like, yeah, but don't talk back to Master Yoda.
Yeah. And I'll say, like, Ceecee and RC will sort of, like, step... Or I'll say RC, more so. He steps up and goes, like...
If I may speak, Master Jedi, I've seen the girl fight on her own, and she has proven herself quite capable out there. And, wherever she goes, I will tag along with her.
Just sort of and gives you a nod.
Aloe would blush again.
Just like,
I've never heard someone spoke on my behalf. That doesn't happen often.
Curious. How far you have come, young Aloe. Different you do appear in more ways than one, it seems.
If I may, Master Jedi, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Aloe and her team. They rescued me. She's more than capable of doing this.
Discuss it, the Council will. Speak with Curious, you should. She should not be allowed to go on this mission. She should not, without her master's blessing.
That is fair. And Shir'iven bows her head.
And then Obi-Wan goes, now, the final matter that needs the Council's, counsel, I suppose. What should we do with the boy? And it's just sort of like an awkward, like, deafening silence throughout. Then, like,
I'm looking around for anyone to say, like, any sense, like,
yeah.
who's going to say something.
Yeah. Dooku pipes up and says,
If I may, Master Jedi, I believe if we let the boy speak for himself, then I believe that will get us a better answer as to what to do. And while he is a student of Maul, so he was quite capable if he was able to survive an encounter with him. So, maybe it is best we allow the boy in.
the council, like, all the members sort of, like, look to each other, and they go,
Allow it, we will. The boy can make his case, he can.
and then, like, Mace like, just looks to Yoda sort of, like, a bit reluctantly, but then goes to the guards and just sort of, like, motions his hand, and Raziel, from outside, you see the guards sort of, like, clear their way for you to enter into the council chamber.
Oh, guys, I actually have to dip a little early today. I'm so sorry. I forgot that I promised someone I would meet them 5 minutes ago.
It's all good.
No.
It's all
I'm
good.
so sorry.
Yeah.
You want to finish up and then we'll do this next week?
No. You go ahead
Yeah.
and do your speech. That we'll continue on Coruscant when I come back. I'm so sorry, guys.
It's all good. Yeah, we can wrap it up with... I've got enough stuff with just these two that all I really need.
Okay.
Okay, bye, Hello. Later.
I'll listen to the recording later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And then there were two.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, with the scene, 2 is probably all you need.
Yeah,
'cause
I'm just...
But
My
yeah.
heart's pumping against my chest. Like,
Same. Boy, okay, so... like, Raziel's... his serious expression is plastered on his face, and he slowly walks into the council room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just sort of, like, all eyes are locked on you, and yeah, like, these guys don't even have their sabers out, and it's just very, like, sort of, like, you get flashbacks to that feeling you first had when you saw Maul chained up, but these guys aren't even, like, they're, like, composed, they're, like, have, like, a sense of, like, superiority to them, and just, like, they're just, like, wow, like, you can just tell that these guys really, like, so many of them, like, are sitting on this council. You can just be like, shit, like, can Maul even compare to these guys? Like, and yeah, it's just very, yeah, just shock on top of shock, and just like adjusting to like, yeah, you're very much like being sort of like, you're taken out of like the tunnel vision of like separatists, like Republic bad, but like, and now like that you're in the Jedi Temple, it's very much not what you were told. And
it's very overwhelming for him as he's trying to just kind of wrap his head around like what he was told to what's in front of him, but he tries to remain composed as best he can.
Okay.
As he stares at each of the council members.
Right, and as you enter in further, like, Yoda will sort of, like, pipe up and go,
Please, say your name, young one.
My name is Raziel.
And, yeah, Windu pipes up, so, Raziel, we have heard of what you did on Geonosis. That was a very brave, one might say foolish, move that you pulled with your master there.
He was going to kill someone. He told me he wouldn't, and things were escalating, so I don't regret my choice in saving the senator. It seemed like the right thing to do.
Have you not killed yourself in your time training with him?
I have not. Geonosis was my first mission. Proper mission. With him.
Yeah. And Dooku pipes up.
I can assure you that after studying the combat style of Maul from what Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon were able to procure from their encounter with him on Naboo and Tatooine, that if his training is in this boy, then he might be one of our best bets in taking him down a peg or two.
And then Mace goes on,
That remains to be seen. Still, the issue remains in allowing you to align yourself with the Republic so easily. And after what you pulled with your master, what's to say you don't try that with one your side with from the Jedi?
I can understand your concerns about a betrayal. When I was guarding the senator on Geonosis, she revealed information to me. And it changed my perspective about which side I was on. Turns out everything I've been taught, everything I knew during my time with the Separatists, has been a lie.
Yeah, and Yoda, like, pipes up.
Young you were back then, more wise you will be with us. Teach you we shall.
If I may, if helping you with this war will save innocents from being slaughtered, more homes from being destroyed, more worlds from being ravished, I will give you all the information I have, and I will help however I can. That said, I don't think I will be joining the Jedi Order.
Yeah, all of the council members just sort of look at each other. Just very judgy. The Cantina one, the Cantina music came in at the worst fucking time. Switching, switched it to the right one. I'm gonna remove that from this playlist. It's just not fitting. Maybe I'll make a clubbing one for Star Wars and just leave it in the background for that.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't do that in the first place.
This is the equivalent of like transitioning to the la 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 music from Bambi. Sunshine and rainbows during a tense moment.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, all the council members just sort of look at each other. Look at each other, then the Shir'iven and Dooku is just sort of like,
Why the fuck are they looking at me?
yeah. Yeah, and Mace pipes up.
And why do you choose not to join the Order just yet? If you don't choose, you have to align yourself with one of them, otherwise you become corruptible.
I was already corruptible with the Separatists. From what I've seen, they just slaughter. But from the Jedi may be called, may try to be the protectors of the galaxy. But I know that you still hide away your emotions. If you're supposed to be protecting innocents, trying to help people you're sworn to protect, and you can't even show a shred of compassion or kindness, you might as well be a droid, a machine, made to follow orders without question. Even if those orders are wrong, you're...
Yeah, pretty much the entire council was
happens
just...
to your...
Oh, go ahead. I don't know if you cut out.
Oh shit. Yeah, you cut off a little right at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah, you did.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. The emotion was there.
Yeah, keep it going.
Okay. What happens to your individuality as a person if you can't even be vulnerable to those around you? The Separatists teach you rage, but the Jedi should teach you kindness. Yet they follow rules and protocols when they could be saving lives that could be in danger. Restricted by politics and the Council's rules. If I'm gonna save people, I want to operate without those restrictions. To prevent... so no child has to go through what I went through. So no family has to suffer has to go through what I've seen firsthand as a child.
Yeah, the council's just very... like, it's a mix of, like, shock at, like, how dare, like, you say this stuff, but at the same time, they're like, fuck, he's right, though, kind of. But then I'll say, like, Yoda actually gets up from his chair, and he walks over towards you. Or, like with, like, his little cane, just...
No, nothing but pain, have you? than Raziel.
You're right. That's why no one else should have to go through that pain.
Assure you I can. The Jedi are motionless. We are not. While attachments are more forbidden, we are still allowed to feel when we do. Loss, pain, deal with that differently we do from the Sith, who use it to strength, whereas we use it to look out for each other. Come. It is time we set you free of your chains.
And he sort of like walks out the council room, and like everybody's just sort of like eyeing confusedly at what exactly he's doing.
Raziel's just raising an eyebrow as well, kind of confused at what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Do you follow?
I hesitate for a moment, but after looking at Shir'iven and then back to where Yoda is going, I slowly follow behind, curious.
Mm-hmm.
I look to him, and then I kind of look to Windu and Obi-Wan, like, could I possibly go with him?
Yo. Windu's just sort of like, his eyes are locked on Raziel and what he's doing. And yeah, Obi-Wan just sort of like in the midst of this, like, look, first he's been focusing on Raziel, then he notices you looking at him, and then he just like gives like a little, like an unsure, like, double take, and then just a quick little nod.
With that, Shir'iven thanks him again, mouthing the words to him, and then she turns and follows after.
Yeah, and Aloe just sort of like very not sure like how to like take in all this. She's like, I'm just gonna go with my master and talk things out, okay?
Who's she saying it to?
Just to you two.
Okay.
And yeah.
We'll find you later, okay?
Okay. And then she rushes off. So both of you are following Yoda out the council room?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh god, please.
Yeah.
Boy, what's
going
down?
Yeah. So like as like you're going through more of the temple, and like you're going down like lots of corridors, a lot of stairs, and like you're feeling yourself going more further to the center. Like Shir'iven is familiar with this place. Like you're going further into the temple, and you are now reaching the area where, like, you know like how in episode 2 where Anakin like got, no, not episode 2, in like the 2D Clone Wars where like Anakin got like his Padawan braid cut off, and like that whole room sequence area. Yeah, it's in like that part of the temple, and it's very like darkened.
Okay.
And with a wave of the hand, Yoda just sort of like motions it, and then all the like various torches light up in this little chamber, and he takes like this seat up in like this little like what's the word, like a circular area, and like he takes like the edge of it, and he sits like cross-legged, puts his staff at his side, and like on the floor, and then says like,
Sit, Raziel.
like just like motioning to like up ahead of him, like to the center of the room.
He looks at Yoda still confused, but eventually complies and walks into the room and sits down across from him, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shir'iven's going to stand off to the side, just watch cautiously.
Mm-hmm. Just looking through if there's anything Yoda can do.
I'm scared.
Yeah. He just sort of like closes his eyes and goes,
Tell me. Growing up, how was your life? A family you had?
Yes. My father passed away when I was very young, so I don't remember much about him. But I lived with my mother in my village. It was... I can't say it was a completely easy life, but it was peaceful all the same.
Taken away. Too soon they were. Know by who, do you?
I do not know. When the Separatists found me, one of my masters said that the Jedi were responsible, which fueled my hatred even more. But, after my talk with the Senator, I suppose that was a lie too. I have no idea who is responsible for the attack.
Lies and deceit. The way of the Sith and Separatists. Careful. We must be. Question everything we must do.
and like, yeah, as like he opens like one eye, just sort of looking. You're like, how are you sitting? Like, just like, are you trying to like match his stance a bit?
I'm just like sitting. Like my knees are on the floor, sitting down. If that, yeah, knees on the floor, hands on his knees, just, sitting up, looking at Yoda.
And then like he just like opens both eyes and goes,
Your weapon. See it, may I?
and like he stretches a hand out.
He slowly takes off his double saber and hands it over to Yoda.
He goes, just like strokes across it. He goes,
Powerful, I feel. Strong for a person. For a fighter your age. Much potential you have.
and as like he sort of then like has it float over his hands, closes his eyes, and he's like slowly like deconstructing it, like piece by piece, little screws going off, and like it's till it's revealing just like the single red kyber crystal inside. You can feel it's cackling with energy still.
So much rage, anger in this crystal. Change it. We can for the better. And you as well.
Change how? Exactly. He
Come.
just kind of raises an eyebrow, still a little confused.
Join me.
And like he just sort of like takes like, yeah, like goes like back into his like cross-legged stance, and like the saber is like it's still like just floating, all pieces detached, it's still there, but now he's just sort of like,
Concentrate on your weapon.
Alright, so is Raziel's weapon, like, just floating in the air, or?
yeah, it's floating, like all the pieces detached, sort of like because you like the method in which you constructed your lightsaber isn't too far off from how the Jedi do it. It's just more like you like search for your crystal, and then like you, as like time went on, you were just like told by Molly to like, as like you channeled more hate using it, like it just became red over time.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, like it's like now, yeah, it's just like floating about like eye level with Yoda-ish, so, or like a little over Yoda's head, so it's like it's about like the level of your head, like if you're just like sitting cross-legged.
Yeah, okay, alright. I guess Raziel, he starts to close his eyes and tries to focus on his saber using the force.
Right. And then, yeah, like Yoda like turns
Just to see if it like does anything, you know.
Okay. Yeah, it's like it doesn't really. It's more so like just of a recognition, like your force is sort of like coexisting with his, like in the same space, holding both the parts like gently as best you can. And Yoda turns to Shir'iven and goes,
Watch closely. Learn a thing or two, you may. Familiar with it? Familiar for you, this may be.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Okay.
and yeah, and like Yoda, like he like closes his eyes and goes like,
Go back to when, to the time your family was lost.
It's painful.
Take that pain, turn it to a positive. Think of the good you can make from that moment, preventing loss from other families.
Raziel looks down, glances down. He sort of hesitates. You can see there's like pain in his eyes, but he looks back at Yoda after a moment and closes his eyes again, focusing his breathing and focusing memories of painful memories. Like he sees it all, what happened and everything he's been through, and then he also focuses on special positive memories with his mother, as well as, and that leads to he focuses on those memories, which in turn fuels his current drive to, you know, prevent something like that from happening again. He's just taking that memory and using it to fuel his drive.
Make a charisma check with advantage.
Okay.
Charisma, like
Just like straight charisma.
Straight charisma, okay.
Yeah, you should be able to click just the skill there.
Gotcha, yeah.
Right, 17. So, and as you're closing your eyes and focusing in on that moment, you're feeling like the saber just, like, the crystal sort of, like, it feels a little different, like, yeah, it's, yeah, it doesn't feel like as, like it's starting to, like, I hate that, like, it's, I mean, like, I guess it's just the word we're gonna use now, like, it's not, like, trying to match your more calm vibes, and it's, like, slowly, like, as, like, it's, like, changing color, like, the piece of the saber started, like, covering it, like, and it floats, back into your hand.
Raziel opens his eyes and looks down at the saber.
I'm actually shaking right now.
And Yoda, like, sort of stands up and goes, like, just sort of gives a nod.
Raziel looks at Yoda and then back to his lightsaber and tries to ignite it to see what happens.
And as you do, you get, like, are overwhelmed with, like, a feeling of just, like, yeah, like, it's a new, like, feeling of this hope and this drive to like want to like protect others, and instead of just going on it just feels like like you've never felt like it goes back to like that moment where you first saw your family, but now like it's like you're pulling back the positives and like you're making it an oddly like a moment of just like strength of like I'm going to be better than the person I was back then type of thing. And as you turn on, the blades are now of a purple hue, and your lightsaber is now enhanced for the purpose of overcoming resistances.
Oh my god! Boy! Yes! Holy shit! Oh god! Let's go!
Yeah.
Yeah, boy!
And then like
Fucking son! That's my
yeah, and I'll say like you like Master Windu, I'll say Shir'iven, in the back he's just sort of like his eyes are sort of like popping at this and just like he's like stroking his chin.
Windu followed us?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't even realize.
I mean, he's a fucking...
I forgot.
Yeah, like, some of the masters, like, in the council stay behind, but, like, fucking Windu's interested. But...
Well, damn.
I feel like with the moment, like, it happens, she just sees him out of the corner of her eye, she's...
Huh. Like, he goes like, huh. An interesting development.
So it would seem.
And yeah, Yoda puts a hand on Raziel's leg and goes,
The path you're training now begins. Find you a master, a new one. We shall.
Oh boy.
And you know what? I think that's going to be a nice place we will end tonight's session.
Oh man, boy. Fuck. I can't even. This is fucking awesome.
You good there?
I thought that it was gonna go white, like how I did with Shir'iven's.
Nah.
Shit, dog.
Nah. We're changing shit up, baby.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, boy. Oh man. Oh baby. Oh man.
But yeah. So we're gonna find out what the fuck is gonna happen from here. Yeah. We'll see. I think, yeah, next session's gonna be interesting to see where things will lead, but yeah, you can keep along, follow us on the Twitch and the YouTubes. I'll link below in the chat and in the description. The background music by the amazing 8-Bit Universe for the intro, and the background music is all by Samuel Keem Music. Let me just link that down below here. Where did Twitch go? There it is. Oh wait, I'm an idiot. I can just put in OBS. And fuck, I gotta copy paste it again. Yeah, y'all are doing good. Just like the emotions.
I'm shaking. I'm scared for next week.
You're in Coruscant. What do you gotta be scared about? It's fine.
I'm scared of angst and emotions.
Yeah. Hey, no emotions are safe in my campaign.
Here's the thing, Kevin. I was fighting back fucking tears.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, it felt heavy over here too, and not just because it's hot as balls in this fucking booth. but anyway, yes, that's where we're gonna end things tonight. Thank you everyone for sticking around, and a bit lighter on the combat this time, but we need every now and then we need to break off from the war and remember that, these are characters and they've got thoughts, feelings, valid and shit like that. But yeah, you can. Unfortunately, yeah. Hopefully next time we'll get everyone involved and on the fun. Sadly, they weren't here for this moment, but was certainly special. But yes, you.
Say that was a freaking good spotlight. Let's go.
Yeah. But yes, you.
Let's go.
Yes, you can follow myself, Kevin Couto at KCoutoVA on the Twitch, the Twitters, YouTubes, Instas, and all that shit. And everyone else's stuff will be linked in below. Going around the table, saying their goodbyes and where you can follow them. Jinkles first.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jinkles. I'm an emotional mess right now. You can find me at Love Jinkles on Twitter. Yeah. Okay.
All right, and our man of the hour, Tati.
Yeah, I'm Tatianna. I'm really fucking stoked at what happened and what's gonna happen. And you can follow me on Twitter as well at Tatianna_VA for projects and shitposting and other shenanigans. So yeah, can't wait for next week.
Yes, and you can follow our other 3 participants at Neoka-chan, the person Annika, who played our Aloe today, and Max Dudek at Max Dudek VO, who plays Ceecee, who played Ceecee for a bit, and Chase. I am an idiot. I forgot to tag Chase in the first tweet, but it's fine. At Chase the VA, I'm pretty sure is his thing, right? Jinkles.
Yeah, it's Chase the VA.
Yes, at Chase the VA for our friend Chase, who plays RC, and we will reconvene next Wednesday, same bat time, same bat channel, for figuring out where it all goes from here. But yes, thanks everyone for sticking around. Stay safe, wear masks, we love you, and as always, may the rolls be with you. Have a good night.
Good night.
See ya.